So we're just walking in.
I think we walk into. All right, Mr. Slager, we got to clean up after all those teachers that used your room.
I know, look at that.
The-
Oh my gosh, they wrote all over
They
my
wrote all
board.
over your. Oh, that's kind of a big number, isn't it?
Yeah, do you even know how to say that number? Let's see, what would that be?
All right, well, let's do place values. Ones, tens. Let's get a pointer.
Oh yeah.
Hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. You got a zero over there. That doesn't matter. 384,000. 920 and 57. Tenths. Hundreds.
So that must be like the annual salary for a principal at our school,
Maybe.
or maybe the superintendent.
Could I?
300.
It's not how much I make.
No,
No.
in 10 years. So what would that make? Let's see. So,
But they didn't label it as the ones place and the tens place.
why wouldn't they do that?
But they did it. They did it with exponents. 10 to the 1 is 10. That's the tens place. 10 to the 2 is 100.
100.
That's the hundreds place. 10 to the 3 is 1,000. 4, 5. I guess you don't even have to know the names if it's just 10 to the 7 or 10 to the 8 or 10 to the 9.
Oh yeah, because that pattern would just keep going, right?
It goes the other way too. 10 to the negative 1, divide by 10, that's a tenth. 10 to the negative 2, divide by 100, that's a hundredth. And so on. How about 10 to the 0? That's 1. So they didn't name their place values with the traditional names, they named them with powers of 10.
Oh, that's cool. So this is like, didn't we study exponents?
We just studied exponents.
So like, if I was gonna write this, that's this,
10 times 10,
which is
100. It's 10 and 7.
all right, that's cool. That's cool.
But
What else did they leave around?
the science teachers left some numbers. And this one.
Do we know what that's called?
That must be the notation they use in science
In
class.
science.
So it's scientific notation.
No, that is some very scientific notation. Yes.
Where's our 10 to the thirds in our chart?
Right here.
So this number must start there with a 5.
So a 5 here. I think I should erase these down. But it would be like 5,
And then a 6 and then a 7.
and then just keep going. 6, 7. What do I do with these?
Placeholder 0, right?
0.
5,670. It's just a different way to write 5,670 because it's in the 10 to the thirds
It
place.
doesn't really save us much space on a little number like this, but man, if that was like a 12
Or a 30.
or 30, that would definitely save us
What's
space.
the other number they left us? Here. Oh, you gotta do it. 4.8 times 10 to the minus 2. So it must start at the 10 to the minus 2s
Here?
there. And it's starts with a 4 and then an 8. But the decimal's way over here.
Another placeholder?
Another placeholder.
So how would I read that one? I think I'd say
You gotta find your place.
tenths,
Tenths,
hundredths,
thousands,
So
40
I don't have to read that. So
No.
48
thousands.
thousands.
I bet we could do something else with these. Let's clean up and try.
Actually, I don't need to stop it. We can just let it roll because I can splice it on there.
Okay.
You want to erase the board?
I think
Oh, we're
it's,
gonna hang it. I'm gonna ask you that 10 more times, and you can just say, let's hang it every time.
I think it's reasonable that that background stays on there, but change our zoom
Yeah.
to be, oh, come on.
Perfect. Hey, we're back. We cleaned up a little bit and zoomed in.
So let's try and write this number the way they did for the science.
Okay, so let me start.
You start. Oh, right. They all had that times 10 with an exponent.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what to do in the rest of it though.
they all started with one digit, so it starts with 3 point.
Okay.
3.56. Should we write all the zeros?
No, that's-
Probably not. Now, what's our place value out there? I had 10 to the 1, to the 2, 10 to the 3rd, 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 5th, 10 to the 6th. That's where that is.
So you go by where the number is in front of the decimal? Where?
My starting number.
So 10 to the 6th.
Yeah. You know, some kids tell me you count the zeros, but that's not right. It's places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's easy.
I got that. Oh, I got this. Ooh, look at that one. That wouldn't have fit on our board before.
I'm doing your
Oh, yeah.
starter.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I get that part. You have to start the next part.
Okay, so we want the number in front of the decimal to be a one-digit number.
One digit number.
So I'm gonna go that that's the 3, because I'm looking, I don't want to be
Zeros don't count.
It's gonna be bigger than 0, but less than 10.
Right, because one digit.
All right, so 3 and my decimal. And now I'm gonna put those other numbers on.
But yeah. You just don't have to write all the extra zeros that keep coming after that.
Okay. So what was the place value of the, is it the 5 or the 3?
We're looking at the 3.
That number. Okay, so the place value of the 3, tenths.
So it's negative.
Ooh, can I label it?
Yeah, lay it right on it. Negative 1,
1.
2. I get lost when there's like a gajillion zeros. That's a good plan. Also, it's minus 8. Yeah.
Scientific notation stuff.
That's easier to read for me than all the zeros.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And hashtag spoiler alert, if I'm having to do math with big or really small numbers like
Add or
this,
subtract them.
oh my gosh,
Smaller is
so much easier than keeping all those zeros straight.
Well, and in science class, they do like 10 to the negative 20 or to the positive 50. They get really big. Now this is just technically covering our bases. The standards do say we have to be able to read numbers that calculators write too, which is scientific notation. They use this short capital E.
Ooh, I bet I know what that stands for.
Okay. What's it stand for?
Exponent.
It doesn't stand for exponent.
Oh, such a good guess.
It was a good guess, but it's not 6.08 to the 2.
Oh,
They don't use that symbol for exponents. It stands for engineering because it's engineers who use this. They're kind of scientists. They do that times 10 to the thing.
oh, so the E stands for this. The thing that I like to write.
The thing that you like to write every time for scientific notation.
So that's
times 10 to that.
the E.
That's the E.
Oh.
Times 10 to the.
Then the number.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys.
See ya.